we talk about businesses right now and how they're having to redefine themselves and their interactions with their employees and their customers and clients. It's really important for business owners and entrepreneurs and anybody to give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack. This is not just you that is having to figure this out. The whole friggin' world is trying to figure out how to do what they do on roller skates. So you're not the only one. And one of the you talked about the inappropriate laughing. One of the most common signs of stress that I see in business owners, the most one, is that this belief that they are the only ones going through it, that they got to get this right and they got to figure this out. And I loved what you said. I was listening to, I think it was you I was listening to, about how we were talking about marketing and how all things are not all things for people. You're talking about some people do better on this particular social media, or some people do better in marketing that way, or whatever. So the same thing is having to happen online for business owners. Zoom may not be your friend right now. That is okay. If Zoom is not your friend, maybe white papers are your friend. Maybe going through your client list and figuring out, put a poll together. All of these changes, I don't know, because I'm not a professional. I'm not a marketing professional like you. But what I do know works is giving yourself some slack, cutting yourself a break as you're trying to determine your next steps forward. That's what works.
Yeah. Okay. I am ready for the techniques. I want to talk about the techniques. I want you to show off a little bit, and then I want to talk about what you're offering through to the end of May, and something that you have for the audience.
Okay. So
techniques. I think we were talking before about work-life balance, communication, personal, professional. I'm ready for it, right? Because we're talking about the whole human.
We're talking about the whole human. And one of the things that I really like to do when I go to businesses is I like to give them, sorry, you hear my dogs in the background. I like to give them a visualization of how they can seek to improve. Okay. So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to, you can either close your eyes or you can find a blank spot on the wall. It doesn't matter. But I want you to imagine yourself just as you are. Just as you are, whether you're sitting, you're standing, preferably not driving, but wherever you are, just take a couple of deep breaths and imagine where you are. And then I want you to imagine yourself in the middle of the most expansive place you can think of. Maybe at the top of the Grand Canyon, looking out over that beautiful majesticness. Maybe you're at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, looking up at all the beautiful rocks and sides. Maybe you're standing on the side of one of the beautiful lakes, Lake Erie or Lake Huron or Lake Michigan, and all you see is water. Maybe you're standing in a beautiful park next to a huge waterfall. I don't care if it's a place you've been before. I don't care if it's someplace just in your imagination, but make it as big and as huge and feel like you are so small next to it. Now I want you to take your imagination and imagine that you are that expanse. You are that Grand Canyon. You are that huge river, that ocean, that you are that huge waterfall with all that power and energy. And that little speck that you see next to that expanse, that's your problem. That's the difference between you and what you're working on, what you're concerned about. You're bigger than that. And then take another deep breath, bring yourself back to your body, bring yourself back into the room, and open your eyes. And that literally took 2 minutes.
Whoa, hold on. Hold on. So super weird, but once I became the expanse, it was kind of like when I go to the chiropractor. My chiropractor does this thing where he pulls on my neck and I feel like I grow 3 inches. Like 3 inches. I'm short, so every inch matters, right? I feel it, and then there's like pain in my neck because he's released it. I just had some up one side of my neck, not as much as when he pulls on it, but I must have just released some stress in my muscles. And oh my, see? This is why I didn't bite you on. Look what you just, I'm like, touching my neck? Is this real life right now? Ooh. Ooh, yes, I need to get you on recording so I could just carry you in my pocket.
But yeah, opening up and recognizing how difficult things can be, or they're not as difficult as we think they are. And that's always a technique that I'll use for people. I believe that meditative moments or getting the release can come that quickly. You can do this for yourself. And I give, I'm on my Facebook page weekly because of what we're going through, stressing out, and showing people different short little techniques they can utilize to regain that balance, or at least give themselves some, what I call mental breathing room. Because that's really what you need to try and get through the day.
Yeah. Okay. So your offer that you're doing through to the end of May, the end of the month, those kind of mashed up together for me just now. Yeah, so tell us about it. And I'll be including a link in the show notes pretty much everywhere that anybody can find the episode. So tell us about it. What's going on?
So because I know that people are dealing with a lot of crazy circumstances, and I really do care about the well-being, because I know if you take care of yourself, then you are there to take care of others. So I'm offering a 30-minute free session for anybody that asks me. All you have to do is private message me or click on the link to get, and it's listed as one of my consultations because I require all my clients that I work with, that I sit with, that we talk. But in these 30 minutes, it's not a consultation. We will be actively working on what you want to work on for 30 minutes. And I'm also going to include to anyone, I'm going to click on give a link to the chakra balancing guided meditation that I do, which is pretty short. It's not that long, maybe 30 minutes. And anybody can take advantage of just, downloading that, sitting back. Again, don't be driving or operating machinery while you're listening to it, but anyone can take advantage of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna hop 2 links then. So one for your consultation and then one for the guided meditation. They'll just fill out a form and then they'll get access.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, and like I said, I just want to take a moment. So Stefanie and I have known each other for nearly 3 years now, we just realized. And so if you're thinking that you would like to take advantage of the consultation, but you're worried, and again, remember, Ruthie's a marketer. So if you're worried that, oh, she's just gonna spend like 10 minutes helping me and then like 20 minutes pitching me, that's not Stefanie. That's not Stefanie. So if you feel like this is something that you might need, take it. Take the opportunity. She's running that offer through to the end of May, the 30-minute session. Take that opportunity. I promise you will not regret it. Having worked with Stefanie myself, and so she's not going to pitch you for 20 minutes. It is what it is. And if she says that this is what it is what it is. So,
there will be no pitching made. There'll be no pitching made.
Yeah. And then Stefanie alluded to her Facebook page. Every Monday at 5 p.m. she goes live, and it's wonderful every time I've listened, and I love to share it. So 5 p.m. on Mondays on her Facebook page, which I will also link to. Oh, I feel so much better. This is the perfect way to close this episode. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.